All right, I think it's 8 o'clock. At least it's 8 o'clock by my watch. Good evening, everyone. Wanted to give everyone an update on tomorrow's severe weather potential. I'll go ahead and say right off, not to spoil everything, but it's not the greatest for North Texas. It's mainly for Southeast Texas, but we'll get into the details about that. So, good evening, everyone who's tuning in, and those who are tuning in after the fact. Welcome in. So as you can see, I wanted to start with my weather station data. It's about 58 degrees outside, so rather cool. So not typically a setup where you would think that we would have a lot of severe weather tomorrow, and we probably won't. I would say it'd be more of a stormy type situation than severe weather type situation, but we do have a chance. So I did want to talk about that tonight, and then at the end, answer any questions anybody might have. So with that, we will go to the particulars. So this is the latest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center for tomorrow. This is not tonight. This is tomorrow. And as you can see, the light green is the marginal risk of severe weather. That's level 2 out of 5. And you can see there's a slight risk down toward Houston area, College Station. Two out, 3 out. Excuse me. I said marginal risk 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5, and then 2 out of 5 slight risk. And then of course we have an enhanced risk just north of Houston. And we'll talk about that in a second, but mainly for tornadoes. So that is the bigger threat down southeast of us. I don't think we'll see anything like that here. Not totally out of the question, but we can kind of get an idea. So this is the tornado outlook, and you don't see any probabilities of tornadoes in North Texas. So I just don't think that's going to be an issue here. It's going to be too cool. We're going to have a capping inversion most of the day. Cloud cover is going to be pretty thick. Rain showers in the areas. That's going to limit instability. So I don't think that's an ingredient as set up for tornadoes. That's for sure. That's why you're going to see much more instability down south, southeast of us, southeast Texas, really. And that's why you have the higher tornado risk in the Houston metropolitan area. Now, this is the severe hail outlook, and there is a probability of hail. That's really matches the marginal risk area. That's going to be the bigger threat, quote unquote, if you will. If we're going to see any kind of severe weather, it would be hail. Now, I don't think that the hail is going to be anything to write home about. And a lot of it probably, if you did see hail at all, a lot of it probably wouldn't even reach severe criteria. So, but, there is a probability that we could see, or excuse me, a possibility that we could see hail. And again, just to kind of reiterate what the percentages mean down there, the probabilities of severe hail. And again, severe hail is an inch in diameter or larger. So, quarter size hail, basically. But 5 to 14%, excuse me, that's within 25 miles of a point, anywhere within that brown area. So, of course, if you want to think of your house as a point, then the probability of seeing severe hail, again, inch in diameter, 25 miles from your house is about 5 to 14%. So, not great, obviously. And then as a severe wind outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, again, this is severe wind gust greater than 57 miles an hour, which is a severe criteria. Again, a 5 to 14% chance. I don't see that as being the bigger threat of the two. I think hail is the bigger threat of the two, relatively speaking. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to go over also to the bigger picture of the storm system. So this is the forecast for 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And as you can see, the green represents a chance of rain. The hatched area represents a chance of thunderstorms. So the dark green, of course, is rain likely. So you can see we're in the chance category of rain. This is put out by the Weather Prediction Center, by the way, in case you're wondering. And then as we get into noon, ish tomorrow, you see that rain likely category expanding through all of North Texas, and of course the red hatch being the the thunderstorm chance. So definitely see some storms around. Again, I don't think the severe weather threat will be great. And then you kind of see the thunderstorm field expanding up into Oklahoma, Arkansas. And then, of course, like I said, the bigger threat for severe weather is down in southeast Texas. And then as we get into Friday morning, you see the system starting to pull off. You see a warm front and double barrel. Excuse me, boy. Everything's great till you get on, till you get online. You see the double barrel cold front coming through, and that's what we're going to see. We're going to see this cold front kind of push all this out Friday evening. So I think most of the day, Friday should be actually pretty nice. And then we'll have some decent weather on Saturday, some rain chances in southeast Texas, and then on Saturday night and Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. So you can see next week, the first part of the week anyway, looks fairly nice. So no issues there. And then of course on Wednesday as well. Okay, so back to the severe weather outlook for our area. Again, marginal risk, nothing too big. And so what I wanted to show you is if I can pull up the satellite picture here. Let's do that. There we go. And I'll refresh this real quick. So again, this is it's visible during the daytime and it's infrared at night. And so that's why you see the cloud cover moving up like it does, the lighter blue, if you will. That's all low clouds. And then, of course, the wider clouds, if you will, are the high clouds. So not much to write home about there. And if we pull up the radar, I did kind of pull up southeast, South Texas really, is San Antonio's there, and then Houston. So nothing much going on right now. We don't really expect that to come into play until after midnight, really. Excuse me, and then that's when we'll see some development. And other than that, that's really about all I got. So in summary, let's go back to again, we'll kind of leave that as we, before we take questions. And so that is the area showing marginal risk of severe weather. Boy, excuse me. Matter of fact, give me a second. So that is, again, that's a marginal risk of severe weather that we see for Dallas-Fort Worth. I think the takeaway from tomorrow is this. Definitely going to be a cloudy day, going to be a rainy day, not all day, every second of the day. And then there will be periods of stormy weather, really anytime from mid-morning on to the evening hours, early evening hours. We could see some storms. There's a small chance they would be severe from a criteria standpoint. Most of the stormy weather will be south and east of Dallas-Fort Worth, but it doesn't mean that you couldn't see a storm, if you will. So that's a big takeaway from tomorrow. And then once the cold front moves through overnight Thursday into Friday morning, Friday will be nice. Saturday will be maybe a little cloudy, more clouds and sun, and Sunday through next Tuesday will be nice. So that's so this is the only thing we have to worry about from any kind of stormy weather in the next couple of days. Okay, hello, Angela. Mr. Big. Well, I got called that in high school all the time. Supposed to leave for Santa Fe tomorrow. Should we wait until Friday? No, I wouldn't wait till Friday. I think you're going to be fine, especially if you're going west. I don't know exactly what time you're leaving. I think the bigger question would be when you're leaving. I think if you're leaving when the storms are moving through Dallas-Fort Worth, and yeah, you might have a little difficult time when you head out. But overall, though, it's you're going to be going west, and you should be fine from a storm standpoint because once you get past Fort Worth, really, you're not going to have to worry about certainly not going to have to worry about severe weather, and the rain chances, of course, will diminish as you can tell once you get west out toward Abilene, and yeah, Santa Fe should be. Leaving tomorrow should be Friday. Leaving tomorrow should be fine. I don't think you have to wait till Friday. All right. Well, I don't see any other questions, which I get. We're all busy, so unless something pops up here in the next couple of seconds, I'll go ahead and end the live stream. I did want to go ahead and talk about this potential severe weather event only because, one, we probably won't have one for a while, and two, as you can tell, testing out some graphics, and I would be remiss if we didn't talk about our sponsors to help make this happen. Bacon Roofing, Amen Plumbing, great sponsors of the live streams and our podcast. And if you don't know, we do have, I do try to do most weekday mornings, I do try to do a quick weather update, weather forecast for that day. So if you don't know about that, you can catch, I usually do it as a reel on Facebook and put it on YouTube. So if you aren't seeing those, just go search for Jeff Bickerstaff on YouTube. You can see that at the bottom of the screen. This is technically Jeff W. Bickerstaff on Facebook if you can't find me there. And you should be able to find those. So if you like them, click that like button because we all know that it's all about the algorithm. whether you like it or not. Okay, well, I don't see anything else, so I'm going to sign off. As always, I'm watching the weather so you don't have to. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching, even if you're watching after the fact. And we will talk to you soon.